Hi everybody, welcome back to Something Sketchy. Only this isn't going to be sketchy today. I'm going to be trying this new book that I mentioned in my last video where it's a Bob Ross paint with water. My mom used to watch the Bob Ross show a lot, and she actually has done a painting or two. It says here, I had to take the book apart. It was a lot easier to paint with the pages out. It's a Bob Ross paint with water. Paint your way to a mellow mood. And the next thing that it says, welcome friends, so glad you could join us. It's a fantastic day to be creative. Are you ready to paint your way to a mellow mood? Happy little introduction. Enjoy this time you set aside to unwind and enjoy nature's creations by bringing Bob Ross's masterpieces to life. Within this book, you'll find 24 stunning painting pages and 12 beautiful coloring pages featuring Bob's iconic landscapes. All you'll need is a wet paintbrush and coloring utensils of your choosing. Relax and experience the joys of painting with Bob. And then it talks about the Bob Ross himself, and also his famous saying, "We don't make mistakes, we just have happy little accidents." And it shows you here you can use paintbrush. Well, we will be using a paintbrush on the paint with water. Or you could use, it says, you could use pencils, pens, or markers on the coloring pages. So I have 14 of those split up. And let's see if there's anything else. Oh, here's where they show the paint with water. It says, dip the paintbrush into clean water. While you don't need to beat the devil out of it, gently tap any excess water off before beginning. Glide your paintbrush over the magic black lines and watch as stunning colors appear. Stay gently within each painting section to bring out the pigments, giving your painting a signature Bob Ross look. This should be interesting. I've never done this. I've only done, like when I was growing up, we had stuff like that for kids. Tips and tricks. A little water goes a long way. Avoid getting the brush or paper too wet. Take your time and follow along the lines to release the pigment. Don't forget to use the back flap to protect the next page. See Bob's full color masterpieces included in this book on the painting's key. Use the perforated line on the page to tear out your painting. Lay flat to dry, then proudly display your work of art. Happy painting. I've got the finished ones are supposed to look like this, and we'll see what happens. Now, I had gotten, like I said, my husband had gotten this for me when we went out to eat for our anniversary at Cracker Barrel, and the first book I actually saw was Thomas Kincaid. He also has one out, but this reminded me of when my mom used to watch Bob Ross and paint along with him, and that's sort of more of why I bought it. Plus, it was on sale, but I didn't know that until the last minute, though. Okay, let's now they give you this paintbrush to use, but I have these water. You can fill, I don't know if you can see how it's filled with water. There's little bubbles in there, little bubble there. You can actually get a pack of these at Dollar Tree, and you unscrew it here, and it opens up, and you fill this with water. Give it a gentle squeeze, and the water comes right down to the end. So I'm going to try these and see how they work out, because I think it'd be a lot easier than me dipping in water and dabbing it. I'll see what happens. See if I didn't make my life easier or not. See if we make some happy little mistakes. I am so sorry this table is so wobbly. Holy moly. Let's see how we do. I'm so scared. Okay, let's try the sky first. You just squeeze a little bit and it brings the water out. Ooh, look at that. It's working. I wonder if these lines will go away or if they stay on the paper. I do have a piece of that sheet of paper underneath there, like they said we should have. Squeeze a little more water on there. Boy, that's pretty colors coming out. I'll tell you. I'll try it this way so you guys can see. Oh, that's a pretty blue. My favorite color blue is teal or turquoise. And this looks like it just might be that color. Or a robin's egg blue, almost. And it looks like there's like a little bit of purple blended in. Try not to get any in the tree area. That's beautiful colors coming out. Like I said, with this pen, you just have to squeeze a little and it puts the water down at the bottom. Let's see here. Not too shabby. There's got a nice blend of pretty blues and purples for the sky. To get around those bushes there. I don't want to get blue in the bushes. Almost. You know, I'm making happy little accidents. Some more water down in there so I can get this colored up here. Hopefully by the last page it will look something like a Bob Ross masterpiece. Mine's looking a little blotchy, but yeah, it's the first time. It's better than nothing. Put a little blue over here. Some blue up top here, I see. Ooh. Kind of hard to do. Okay. I'm going to next do these because I'm imagining these are blue. That's a pretty blue color. Has a little bit of purple in it too. That's pretty though. Let's see, this blue also? Oh, that's green. So, oh, that's part of the walkway there. So we'll just stick with the blue for now. So I am guessing that the black lines do stay. They just hold the color pigments for when you go over with the water. Awesome. Pretty colors. Okay. I'm going to try to get some of this blue out of here so I don't get it in the other colors. Okay, now let's see, I'll do some tree trunks. Maybe I'll just stick to this trail because the tree trunks are going to be dark. Grassy. Look at that grassy green. Let me know if you can see everything. I mean, I'm trying to hold the brush so that you can see the colors changing. My cat's looking at me like I am crazy because I'm talking to myself, or so it seems to him anyway. Hey buddy, it's no different than you just staring off into space into a blank wall. So I guess we're even. Okay, let's see now. I'll do these happy little trees. That's a different color green. Totally. With a tiny bit of brown mixed in. Squeeze this a little more and get some more water down there. I think kids would like this too. I mean, they're not cheap. They're not as cheap as the kids version of paint with water. But maybe teenager or just something different. I was watching a video today that said, how can people get in a slump? You know, like they want something different. They want to do something different, creative different, or artsy different, or they're just in a, well, he said then maybe you should find a different type of craft similar to the one you do, or try something totally new just to get out of the rut, not be stuck. And I thought that's a pretty good idea, seeing as that's probably basically what I'm doing here, changing it up a bit. I do paint. I paint on saws. Actually, I have a problem, and I may need an intervention, only because I tend to see canvases in most anything. We go to thrift stores or whatever, and I'm looking at it going, I could paint something on that. And then the problem is, it may come home with me, and at the moment, I'm like, I'm going to make something out of that. And then it just sits until I see it again. Out of sight, out of mind. And then it just sits, and there goes my idea. And to give you a good example of that, I hand paint hand saws. And we would go to this auction where I could get like 6 or 7 hand saws that people bring in to sell at the auction. And I may only pay $5 for all of them. And then I would paint on them. And I think I might put them in a short to show you what I'm talking about. But yeah, they're not a hard thing to paint on, but they're a hard thing to have a lot of, being that, you know, you can get cut pretty easily with it. But yeah, I've got so many downstairs in the basement just waiting to be painted, which I'll do. I'm determined to do as many as I can, because Father's Day is coming up. So I'll be making a few of those. And I also saw some, I also found some, oh, how do I say this? They're shovels, but their handles were broken. I mean, like they would only have like half a handle. So here I am, looking at them and saying, I could paint those. So I have 3 downstairs that I'm going to paint shortly. Probably within the next month or 2. And I'm going to paint something about a garden on them. I thought that would be appropriate. And then I just take them back to the auction and sell them. If I don't sell them there, I post them on my marketplace. But I just like doing something different. When you go to these craft shows, there's so many of the same type of things. So I like to have things that people aren't expecting. And my saws, I love doing them for Halloween. And my saws really get a lot of attention. And I don't sell them for a lot. I think sometimes people go a little crazy with their pricing, and all you're going to do is take them home. That's not what you meant for them to be, stuck at home. So yeah, I have, I usually sell them $15 or $20 for a painted saw. I know I'm probably gonna get slack for that, but yeah, I don't expect much. I just have fun doing it, and I have fun with people's reactions. Oh, this isn't too bad. It's very colorful. A lot of blended colors. Now here I could have probably drew in some more of that blue, but very different. I mean, like, this isn't exactly how he would paint something. I don't think he would have the trees these colors, but it's very different. Let's see if I can bring any of that blue down here. Get some blue on the brush a little bit. Get some water on the brush. It's not picking up. There you go. Now you know you can't really pick up a second time. Once you've already gone into those colors, they're not coming back out. Once they're dried, because it's showing that it can't go back in there and redo. Get some of this whiteness off of here. Okay, so there you have it. That's the very first one we've ever done. You see the different colors in there. See up here, it definitely, it's just too white here. Just got to be careful of the bleeding into one another. I know they want it to blend, but I think like right here doesn't look nice at all. But there is portrait number 1. Let me see if I can find it on here. Of course, I don't know if you guys can see this. Right, this one is the number 1. Do you see it? I believe. Yep. That's the very first one that we did. I gotta find the camera. Camera, there it is. The very first one up here in the corner. This one, right there. That's what it's supposed to be looking like when he paints it anyway. And this is our version. Not quite a masterpiece, but something different. Not much of a challenge, except to maybe not get these colors into this color. But like I said, this worked pretty well. I didn't have to dip it in the water, and all you have to do is like this on your hand a little bit if you want, and it'll take that whatever color you were in off so you can keep going. And you just squeeze them and it brings the water right to the tip. And I had plenty of water in there. So, hope you enjoyed the video and the little chit chat. I am going to do another video. Excuse me a minute. And what I'll be doing in that one will be the scratch art. And I'll be doing a whole video on that next. And then I will be probably Thursday or Friday of this week, I will be doing another illustration sketch to another story or two. And thank you for joining me today. Please comment below whether this is something you'd like to see or not like to see. And if me putting different things in here, different types of art in, is a good thing, or I should just stick to the stories and illustrations. And I also have one other thing that I'd like to try. Maybe I'll try this week or next week. Is called there's called sticker books, where you have a picture. I don't have one close by, or I'd show you. You have a picture, and they're color coded or number coded. So you look at the picture, and on the picture it'll have numbers. I believe that's how from what I remember. And you find that number and you put it in, you stick it down into the picture. Sort of like a mosaic, but you don't really see a mosaic. It's better if I show you. I'll show you everything in another video, but that's some other different form of art. I like to introduce these kinds of things because maybe somebody's struggling and they think, oh, I can't do anything. I can't make anything. I don't know what to try next. This will give you ideas. And these things that I'm showing you aren't things that you have to be perfect or you have to master. They're just things to have fun with and be creative in your own way. Don't get frustrated. It takes time to master something. And have fun along the way. And don't think you have to be perfect. Not being perfect makes you unique, and it makes you you. Thank you. Hope you liked this. I did. I liked chatting with you and creating something. Please hit the like button, subscribe, share, and comment if you have any crafts you'd like me to try. I'm up for a challenge, like I said in my last video. So, until the next one, thank you so much. Bye-bye.